Days turned into weeks as the custody battle intensified. Taehyung, feeling the weight of the situation, struggled to maintain a sense of normalcy for Sojin. Every day was a test of patience and strength, knowing Jisoo and Jimin were making their moves. One evening, Taehyung sat with Hoseok at the same cafe they frequented, surrounded by stacks of legal documents and strategy notes. We have everything in place, Hoshik said, trying to reassure his friend. We have recollected testimonies from your neighbors, teachers, and even Sujin's doctor. They all say the same thing: you are a great father. Taehyung nodded but remained tense. I just hope it's enough. Jisoo and Jimin have money, power, and influence. It feels like a losing battle. Hoshyok's eyes flash with determination. Don't think that way. We still have a chance. You have raised Sujin with so much love and care. The court will see that. At Jisoo's apartment, meanwhile, Jisoo and Jimin were doubling down on their efforts. Jimin's lawyers prepare every angle, presenting financial records, social status, and connections that could tip the scales in their favor. Jisoo, we have everything we need, Jimin said confidently. My lawyers will push for an expedited hearing. We will highlight that you have always wanted to be a part of Sojin's life, but were unable to due to circumstances beyond your control. Jisoo frowned slightly, thinking back to the years he had spent away. But will they believe that I chose to live back then? Jimin placed a hand on hers. Don't worry, we will frame it as a sacrifice. We will say you left to ensure she had the best life possible with her father while you are building your own stability. It's all about perception. She forced a smile. I just want my daughter back. The courtroom shut down. Finally, the day arrived. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation as both parties took their seats. Jisoo and Jimin legal team presented a powerful case, painting a picture of a mother desperate to reconnect with her child and provide her with a healthy, secure life. Taehyung, feeling the pressure, took a deep breath as his lawyer began his defense. Your Honor, my client has been Sojin's sole guardian for 5 years. He has provided her with a stable and loving home despite financial difficulties. This is about the bond between a father and his daughter, and no amount of wealth can replace that. As the hearing continued, Taehyung's heart pounded. Jisoo's lawyer brought up the financial gap between the two parties, attempting to discredit his ability to provide for Sojin long term. Taehyung clenched his fist, feeling a wave of frustration, but then Hoseok stood up a witness. Taehyung has given everything for his daughter. He testified, he's worked 2 jobs, sacrificed his own dreams, and has done everything possible to ensure Sojin feels loved and secure. The judge looked thoughtful, taking in both sides. We will take a short recess before continuing. A tense confrontation. During the break, Jisoo found Taehyung in the hallway. Why are you fighting this hard? She demanded. You know I can give Sejun a better life. Taehyung's eyes darkened. It's not about money, Jisoo. It's about who's been there for her. She is my daughter, and I won't let you just take her away. Jisoo's face softened for a moment. I never meant to abandon her, Taehyung. I thought living was the best option back then, but things have changed. I want to be a mother to her. And I want you to realize that she already has someone who loves her more than anything. Taehyung replied firmly, if you truly care about her, you won't be trying to rip her away from the only family she's known. Jisoo's expression hardened again. I will fight for her, Taehyung. I won't give up. Taehyung watched as he walked away, a mixture of anger and sadness in his eyes. This was more than a legal battle. It was a taste of who would protect Sojin's future. The verdict. After hours of deliberation, the judge returned with a solemn expression. Taehyung felt his pulse quicken and he gripped the edge of the bench. Jisoo and Jimin leaned forward, anticipation written on their faces. The court recognized the efforts of both parties to provide a stable and loving environment for Sojin. The judge began, however, after reviewing the evidence, it is clear that Taehyung has been the primary caregiver and has formed a strong bond with his daughter. Taehyung breathed cough in his throat as he awaited the final decision. For now, the court rules in favor of Taehyung, granting him full custody. However, Jisoo will be granted supervised visits until further evaluation. Jisoo's face fell, a mix of shock and frustration crossing her features. Jimin squeezed her hand, whispering something to comfort her. Taehyung felt relief wash over him, but he knew this was only a temporary victory. A quiet resolve. That evening, back at his apartment, Taehyung tucked Sojin into bed. She looked up at him with her bright eyes. Appa, will I see the lady again? Taehyung smiled gently, brushing her hair aside. Maybe, but only when I am there, okay? Sojin nodded, hugging her teddy bear close. I like our home, Papa. Appa, I don't want to leave. Taehyung's heart swelled. You won't, Sojin, I promise. As he closed the door, Taehyung took a deep breath. He knew the fight wasn't over, but as long as he had Sojin by his side, he was ready for whatever came next. The second day of the court hearing arrived, and the atmosphere was tense. Taehyung dressed in his best suit, his heart pounding as he looked at his reflection. He was nervous but determined. Sojin's future was at stake, and he would do everything in his power to protect her. Hoseok arrived at his apartment, giving him an encouragement pat on the back. We have got this, Taehyung. We are going to show the court who the real parent is. Taehyung nodded, taking a deep breath. I can't let her take Sojin away from me. I want. As they walked into the courtroom, Taehyung spotted Jisoo and Jimin on the opposite side, looking confident and composed. Jisoo wore a cold expression, but her eyes briefly softened when she noticed Taehyung Jimin. However, Jimin, ready for a fight, his powerful presence filling the room, their lawyers were ready and they had come fully prepared. The judge entered and everyone rose to their feet. The trial began and Jisoo's lawyer presented her case, painting a picture of a mother who had been forced to give up her child but not wanted to rectify her mistake. She spoke about Jisoo's financial stability, her marriage to a successful man like Jimin, and her ability to provide Sojin with a secure and prosperous life. Jimin's influence was evident as the lawyer emphasized their connection, portraying them as a power couple who could offer Sojin every luxury and opportunity. Jisoo's eyes filled with tears as he claimed, I just want my daughter back. I am ready to be the mother she deserves. Taehyung's heart clenched at her words, but he stayed strong. What it was his turn, his lawyer spoke passionately about the sacrifices Taehyung had made over the years, the love he had shown Sojin, and how he had raised her alone. Hoseok testified, supporting Taehyung's case and spoke about how he had seen Taehyung work multiple jobs just to give Sojin a good life. Sojin's teacher even took the stand, describing the close bond between father and daughter and how happy Sojin seemed whenever she talked about Taehyung. The judge listened carefully, weighing the evidence from both sides. Taehyung finally took the stand, his voice shaking slightly. I may not have the wealth of the power that Jisoo and Jimin have, but I have love. I have been there for Sojin every day of her life, through every tear and every smile. I am her father and I know what she needs. Jisoo's lawyer challenged him, but don't you think Sojin deserves the opportunity that Jisoo and Jimin can provide? Taehyung's eyes hardened. Opportunities means nothing if she is in love. Sojin's happiness doesn't come from wealth. It's come from knowing she is safe, protected and cherished. The courtroom fell silent as Taehyung's word echoed. Jisoo looked down, her expression conflicted, but Jimin remained firm, signaling to their lawyer to continue pushing. Outside the courtroom, during the recess, Taehyung sat on a bench, running a hand through his hair. Hoseok joined him, offering a bottle of water. You did great, Taehyung. The judge saw the truth in your eyes. Taehyung nodded, but he couldn't shake the fear that gripped him. I just don't know if it's enough. Jisoo and Jimin, they have everything. Suddenly, Jisoo approached them. Taehyung, can we talk? She asked, her voice quiet. Hoseok stood up protectively, but Taehyung nodded, it's fine. Jisoo's eyes glistened with tears as she spoke. Why are you doing this? I am Sojin's mother. She deserves to know me. Taehyung sighed, his gaze steady. I am not keeping her from knowing you, Jisoo, but I won't let you take her away. She is my world. Jisoo expression wavered, but I can give her so much more than you can. Taehyung shook his head. It's not about what you can give her. It's about being there for her every day, through every moment. And you left Jisoo. You had the chance to be her mother and you walk away. Jisoo tears spilled over as he whispered, had no choice. I had no choice. A surprising turn. Back in the courtroom, the judge announced that the final decision would be made the next day. Taehyung's heart raced as he left the building, holding Sojin's hand tightly. As they walked out, Jimin watched from a distance. He turned to Jisoo and whispered, we need to make a final move. That evening, Taehyung received an unexpected visitor. Jisoo, she took at his door, her eyes red from crying. Taehyung, I want to make a deal. What kind of deal? He asked worriedly. If you let me have Sojin for weekends and some holidays, I promise I won't take her from you completely. Jisoo proposed, her voice desperate. Taehyung was taken aback. You are trying to negotiate custody with me outside the court? I am trying to make it easier for all of us, Jisoo replied. Sojin deserves to have both her parents. Taehyung considered her words, and if I say no, Jisoo face hardened, then Jimin and I will use every resource we have to win. The final choice. As the next court date approached, Taehyung felt the weight of his decision. Should he compromise, giving Sojin some time with her mother, or should he continue fighting for full custody? He thought about Sojin's smile, her love for her, and the moments they shared. He knew she deserved to know her mother, but he also knew how much she needed stability. The final shutdown in court was approaching, and Taehyung had to make the most difficult decision of his life, one that could change everything for him and his daughter. Would he risk it all to protect her, or would he find a middle ground?